With us today, we also have Mr. Cai Zili from the Department of Revenue Planning and Accounting and Mr. Han Guorong from Taxpayer Service Department. First, I give the floor to Vice Minister Ren. Friends from the media, good morning. Very glad to meet you here. On behalf of the State Taxation Administration, I would like to take this opportunity to extend our sincere appreciation to the public as well as our friends from the media for your long-term support. And also would like through our friends from the media to extend our respect to the taxpayers. The State Taxation Administration has earnestly implemented the species and deployment and arrangement made by the CPC Central Committee and the State Council as well as General Secretary Xi Jinping. We have focused on coordinating the pandemic control and prevention as well as the economic and social development. And we have made our contribution to do a good job to provide a service to taxpayers, make sure all the preferential policies regarding taxation will be implemented well, and also provide the good guidance and the contribution to the six stabilities as well as the overall development of the economy. Tomorrow will be the first day of April. Every year in April, we always conduct the policy publication as well as further advance the promotion regarding provincial policies in the taxation sector. We are still facing the arduous situation, especially the pandemic is going rapidly in the international stage, which also bring the new challenges and difficulties to the economic development. Therefore, starting from tomorrow, which is the first day of April, the State Taxation Administration will start our 29th publication taxation month, and we will also embrace the key guidance given by the Central Committee as well as General Secretary Xi Jinping, make sure the preferential taxation policies can well educated and be well known by the public and taxpayers, so we will provide a better service and also facilitate, optimize our service, and also boost the resumption of work as well as the make more contribution to the further development of the whole country, and also build an enabling environment for better implement six stabilizations in terms of employment, financial sectors, financial trade, domestic and foreign investment, and market expectations. And we will focus on these three areas. First, we'll further implement the taxation policies. Many taxpayers actually make tax declarations every quarter. And April is the first month this year for the taxpayers to do their tax returns. So we will also see that many large numbers of taxpayers to make their tax returns and also reflects the benefits they enjoyed by the preferential taxations amid the pandemic. And we also extend the tax return period to the 24th of April. And also we would like to do more education on the publication, make sure we can provide a better service and let our taxpayers can enjoy the every benefits delivered by all these provincial policies. And they have a stronger sense of gain. And second, we will also do more to contribute to the resumption of work and production. The month of publication is also the month of tax declaration and payment. Actually, we have introduced 54 items of the preferential taxations nationwide, and we also will issue more targeted policies. For example, the month of publication And before actually we extend the period from the April 1st to May 20th. So that's 50 days compared to the previous years, only 3 months, which is for us to better provide service to the taxpayers. And amid the pandemic, the companies also facing some difficulties in their capital flow as well as industrial chains. So we also would like to, with the help of cutting-edge technologies, big data, to find answers to solve the issues the company are facing. Regarding the difficulties in accessing affordable loans, we also work with the financial sectors to help the companies, especially SMEs, to solve these issues. So we will better coordinate with the China Banking and Insurance Regulatory Commission. And third, we will also working on improving the overall environment. So we will delegate more powers and also improving the regulations and services, make sure the 6 stabilities can better implement it in this well-organized environment. So we talk about we will like the taxpayers to enjoy and understand all these policies, and also we will improve the administrative systems. So we will also bring all these into the consideration of performance evaluation. Make sure all the taxation departments at all levels should shoulder their responsibilities and provide service to taxpayers, and also take initiatives to do their job and further improve the efficiencies. We have a lot in pipelines, and I also would like to invite our friends from the media to be better involved in the publication months, to do more coverage about the favorable policies and bring all these beneficial policies to each and every taxpayers. So this is my big picture introduction. Thank you. And now the floor is open. Thank you very much. CMG CCTV. Regarding the business environment, as you mentioned, you will have a more targeted policies will be introduced coming soon. The WTO also the increased the ranking of China to the number 31 regarding the doing business in China. So what policies we will have? And please talk more in details. Thank you for your questions. The business environment actually have been improved quite much in the previous years, and that will actually bring more challenges to our work this year. The taxation department in different areas amid the pandemic have been working hard to explore new ways to facilitate our work. By the end of March this year, according to our knowledge, the policies actually is more than 100 in improving the overall environment. 70 out of these 100 have been rolled out nationwide. Going forward, the taxation department will focus on the business environment in terms of taxation sectors and focusing on the following areas. First, we will better implement the measures and the policies in this regard, and will also benchmark to the policies and requirements of the State Council. Especially, we will focus on the streamlining the policies and the powers, and also facilitate the services, especially working on the e-taxation platforms. So a lot of the policies lets facilitate our service to taxpayers really can benefit and also produce the tangible benefits to the taxpayers. And the second, regarding the pinpoints, that right now the taxation departments as well as taxpayers are encountering. In March, in Beijing, Shanghai, Chongqing, Guangzhou, 4 provinces regarding the VAT receipt, we have opened the online invoice platform regarding VAT. So the new taxpayers can get U-Care and also can get specific VAT invoice or the normal invoice. So they do not need to buy the U-Care from a third party. Starting from tomorrow, which is April 1st, we will also roll out a larger scale to make sure a third party charging U-Care fees. And we'll also to speed up the e-platforms regarding VAT invoice, and we will for sure to bring more tangible benefits to the taxpayers. We talk about there are a lot of the weak links or the pinpoints, so we will consider all these and make improvements. Another is the law enforcement regarding two fronts. First, we will conduct the fee charging according to the laws and the regulations, so we will not the overcharging, and make sure we can implement in 6 areas. Anything that needs to be reduced, lowered, the exempted, deferred, refund, and all should be done in a coordinated manner in order to protect the legitimate rights and interests of taxpayers. And we'll also work with the PBOC, Customs Administration, to conduct the illegal behavior. And we will also work together to conduct specific activities in this regard. So the companies that actually did not do the export, but they actually apply for the tax returns, and also for the other illegal behaviors regarding the faithful invoice, tax invoice issuing, and these all impact the healthy order of the taxation. CNBC. My question regarding foreign invested companies and special policies to support these enterprises. I would like this question to Mr. Wang. Thank you for your question. Since the outbreak of the pandemic, the State Council and the CPC Central Committee has introduced a set of preferential policies regarding taxation, which is to help the enterprises to resume work and production and mitigate impact brought by pandemic. And all these policies actually include all foreign invested companies. From the point of view of taxation department, all these policies regarding taxations will be our key focus. We will implement all these policies to its letters, make sure domestic and international companies treated equally, creating a sound environment for different forms and ownership of the enterprises. Going forward, based on the requirements of the CPC Central Committee and State Council, we will focus on the following. First, we will do a better job in implementing the policies, so we will help to mitigate a burden on the domestic and the foreign invested companies, and also for the reinvested companies by foreign owners. We will also bring the more beneficial policies to them regarding the deferring payment of taxations. And second, we will also encourage the issuance of the investment list, so these foreign players can enjoy the policies and the benefits brought by the policies based on the lists. And third, we will also work tirelessly to improve the whole environment. So for all the ownerships, we will provide the efficient environment for them to do the taxation work. Thank you. With CMG, new media platform, as we know, last year actually we conducted a unprecedented scale of fees and taxes reductions. This year, in order to promote resumption of work and production, the country has issued more policies in this regard. We would like to know for the actual practice of the implementation. Any data against it? Mr. Wang? Thank you for your question. For a large number of taxations and taxpayers actually pay a close attention to the beneficial policies as well as its implementation, which is also our key job on our list recently for all the taxation department. Therefore, starting from tomorrow, that is also one of the key themes of our publication months of taxation. So for all the taxations, we work all ops efforts, make sure the policies can be delivered to a well-detailed manner. I would like to share with you some details. First, taxation departments have fully involved in formulating the preferential policies of taxations. Regarding the 21 items in 4 batches, the taxation policies actually was initiated and involved, calculated by taxation department. And we also work closely with the related departments to release the announcement in a timely manner. And second, we also work actively in implementing the corresponding or the matching policies, make sure all these policies can be implemented or practical. Regarding the income tax or the VAT tax preferential policies, if the enterprises actually have the practice in this regard, they can do the application or declaration by themselves. They do not need to do the approval in advance. And third, we also improved our whole systems with the help of information technology. All the practice happened in the enterprises required us to improve the advanced technologies. So in a very short term, but with high efficiency facilities, we will help the enterprises and taxpayers know how to operate all these tools. The Minister of State Taxation Administration also require us to do a good job in terms of the discipline and practice. If any problem is found, they should correct them in a fast manner. Regarding the actual practice or the implementation, you may want to know some figures. I would like to show you that from January to February, 402.7 billion have been saved in terms of fees and tax reductions. So this is including 2 parts. That's the policies regarding the pandemic control. That's around 158.9 billion RMB. Regarding the 4 batches of policies, the 3rd batches regarding the policy to SMEs, as well as the 4th batches regarding the stabilizing the foreign trade and foreign investment, put into practice in March, and will start to do the tax declaration and the calculation in April. For the first 2 months, they also have some item of taxation applied based on the quarter. So we will see more the reflections in April. And second, in 2019, we have conducted a large scale of the fees and taxes reduction, including 243.8 billion RMB, including 136.5 billion and 84.8 billion that's for the medical policies, and 2.8 billion for the water conservation products. And for the other deductions, including the SMEs and individual owners, it's amounted to 19.7 billion RMB. Going forward, the State Taxation Administration will further implement the policies made by the state councils. We will also do our work in a well-detailed manner, make sure all the achievements are sound and sustainable, make sure we deliver the tangible and the practical benefits to the main entities of the market, and to support the enterprises to back to work and to better facilitate the development of the economic and social sectors. CMR-CMG. The big data actually can precisely reflect the actual picture. So would you please talk about so far how is the picture regarding the resumption of work and production based on your big data? Thank you. As Mr. Ren mentioned, big data actually play a key role because it covered every sectors in China, including the number of accounts opened under the VAT invoice, and also the other invoice actually that can reflect the resumption of work and production. Amid the pandemic, we have established a specific team along with the team in the different levels of the state administrations. We look at the amount of the invoice issued, so that also reflects a dynamic picture of work resumption. And we also would like to see how the policies are implemented. The number showed that post-Spring Festival, it has some features. First, regarding resumption of production, operation, and sales. So far, we look at the value of VAT invoice reached 80% of the level last year. Look at the daily number compared to the same period last year, also showed a positive trend. Started from the first week of February, is 20%, improved to the 6th week, 76.1%. For the last week, which is from the March 23rd to 27th, the number further improved by 6.2 percentage point to 82.3%, which is 81.3% compared to the same period last year. And we also look at the supply of agricultural products. It's also back to the normal level. Look at the seed. The invoice issues is 89.3% and 88.4%. 18.6 percentage point and 33.9 percentage point higher than February. And we also look at the fertilizer. The producers is also the 89.5% compared to the same period last year. And we look at the Hubei province, actually, the invoice issuance reached 78.5% in terms of the chloroquine fertilizer, which is reached 80% of the same period last year. So we look at the specific equipment or the general equipment. Their invoice issuance reached 82.2% and 85.7% faster than the general level. And because of remote education or the online or the OA system of a home office, the data transmission, the software environments, the technology development sectors reached 87.7% and 81.8%. Look at the internet platform and the data transmission is 91.3% and 100% higher than the same period last year. Fourth, we look at the sectors providing daily service. It also grew rapidly. Last week, we look at the wholesale retail numbers is 82.9%. We look at rice, flour, egg, dairy, the aqua products is 101.5% and 101.6% higher than the same period last year. We look at the grocery store and the supermarket, 91.4% and 97.6%. The service sectors and the food delivery service was reached 85.6%. This is all the VAT invoice issuance numbers. We can see that with more targeted and forceful policies issued by the CPC Central Committee and State Council, all these start to yield a positive achievements. And we also look at the orderly resumption and recovery of production and operation. Going forward, the big data will play its role in collecting data and also monitoring how the pandemic in the global stage impacting China. And we will also provide a better service to the coordination of pandemic control as well as the economic and social development. Thank you. With Economic Daily, since the outbreak of pandemic, what policies do you have to facilitate the taxation payers? So will these policies just temporary or that can be fixed as a long-term policies? And a lot of taxpayers actually still like to go to the taxation hall to do the tax matters. How you encourage people to do more service online? Thank you for your questions. The taxation department is the taxation watchdog, but we also a counter clerk provide a service to the taxpayers. Since the outbreak of the pandemic, we have fully utilized the information technology as well as the big data. Have issued 54 items in 3 batches of facilitating services in order to promote the non-face-to-face or the contactless service to help people deal with the difficulties they are encountering. Considering the enterprises back to work, some there the accountants may not back to work ASAP, so we roll out the e-platform. For the other provinces other than Hubei, we extended twice the declaration period to the end of February, and also we extended the period for March to March 23rd. That's 1 week in the extension, and for April timeline, that's also extended to April 24th. So which is the Friday of that week. For the hard hit enterprises, we will also case by case consider the deferring or payment of taxation. For other provinces outside Hubei, we have extended the period for the 57,000 taxpayers. We have also promoted the non-physical service providing mechanism, and we have introduced 158 items of lists to the market, and the local authorities will, based on this list, to roll out their own practice. 90% of their taxation matters of the enterprises can do their work, can be dealt online. As you mentioned, some taxpayers need to go to the taxation hall to do the tax matters. For these group of taxation payers that we provide the online booking services, we will staggering their appointments, make sure there's no crowd gathered in the taxation hall. So far, 2.55 million taxpayers chosen to go to the taxation hall, which is 30% higher than the same period last year, in order to provide a safe environment. The taxation halls at different places do a good job in the ventilation, disinfections, and the other anti-pandemic measures. Make sure the taxpayer can do their matters in taxation hall in a faster manner and in a safe manner. And today we also invite Madam Huang Haixia from the Haidian Taxation Hall. So after the press conference, I also would like to invite our media friends to invite Madam Huang to know how the frontline clerk to do their job. I also would like to emphasize that contactless service do not mean this is a temporary countermeasures against the pandemic. We would like to bring it as our long-term policies. So far, regarding 185 matters, we also would like to increase this number to 200, which means that more the taxation matters can be dealt online. Regarding the VAT invoice issuance, we also would like to bring the 70% of these invoice be delivered or posted. Right now, the number is 50%. And third, we also would like to work with third parties such as WeChat or the Alipay, so the taxations can be dealt with this third party, so that's better facilitate the experience of tax paying for the taxpayers. Xinhua News Agency. So far, the enterprises in different sectors and different size and now are getting back to work, and they may have some difficulties in their industrial chain regarding upstream and downstream. Is there any policies in place to support the coordination of upstream and downstream players? Thank you. So far, in different places, we have seen that the orderly resumption of operation and work, but still, we have seen a different pace of resumption along the industrial chain. Therefore, in order to better coordinating the resumption of work and the production upstream and downstream simultaneously, so the State Administration of Taxation have worked tirelessly to cooperate with other departments and also to leverage the benefits of big data to bring the benefits and the service to the taxpayers. So the taxation departments, on top of the protecting the information of the business and also the abiding the laws, would like to collect the information of their raw materials, and also would like to work with big data to find out the opportunities at both supply and demand sides to target the suppliers. And based on the mutual agreement, we would like to bring the players from the supply side and demand side to link them together, and also based on their own willingness. So far, we have provided 2,600 people in the demand side. We also find the 45,000 suppliers for them. For example, in Zhejiang province, there is one pharmaceutical company facing difficulties in finding raw materials. So with the help of big data, we have a list of best candidates of suppliers. So based on the mutual understanding and agreement, we help the companies to find the best supplier. So actually, big data can provide a quite precise information. All our practice actually is based on the willingness of the enterprises. We will not link or abuse the information provided by the enterprises. Going forward, we'll better leverage the strengths and advantage of big data and to facilitate our service in order to help the enterprises to tide over the difficulties and make a greater contribution to the resumption of work and production. China Daily. We have seen the pandemic in the global stage actually is spreading faster, which also in turn triggered a greater challenges to our domestic market. So we just talk more about the tax refund regarding imports. Thank you very much for your question. I believe import tax rebates also concerns a lot of people. State Council and the CPC Central Committee attach great importance on development of import. The State Administration work with Ministry of Finance had issued an announcement regarding 1,464 items of tax rebate. Regarding declaration and a process of tax returns, we have also rolled out many measures to facilitate the whole process, make sure the enterprises can enjoy the high efficient work made by the State Taxation Department. For all these 1,464 items, rate increased to 9%, consisting more than 90 items, and 184 items, their rates also increased to 13%. Besides the high polluted items, all other items or the other imports enjoy the same preferential rates. The increasing of tax rebates help to lower the cost and improving the competitive advantage, which also to boost the confidence of the companies doing exporting. Regarding the facilitation measures, including 3 areas. First, the contactless application. So amid the pandemic, the enterprises can apply the e-form. And then they can do the filing work as well as the approval for the imports tax rebates, so they do not need to do actual paperwork. And the second, and we will improve the efficiency of the approval process. So anything need to do the actual conduct, we will also do the phone conversation to check the actual facts with the certain enterprises. For the enterprises that need to do a on-site investigation, so we will first do a certain amount of a tax rebate, and after the pandemic, we will also do let the enterprises to do the following up approval process. And we will also inform the enterprises regarding the results of inspections, and if the enterprises need a written document, and we also can mail the paper to them. So far, the taxation department actually help the 230,000 enterprises to do the rebate. Regarding 24 million RMB, it helped to mitigate pressure on their cash flow, and will also improve our efficacy. So regarding the time period of approval, we would like to improve 20%, which means that the 10 working days in 2019, we should shorten it to within 8 working days. So far, the pandemic is still quite severe in international communities, and also bring a higher requirement to our work. So taking the opportunity of publication months of taxation will play a key role in paying a close contact and close eyes on the whole development of pandemic. Make sure our policies is beneficial and practical. Make sure enterprises can utilize all these policies and tools to further stabilize the pool of foreign trade. We look at the tax revenue for the first 2 months actually decreased because of the pandemic, and we also have heard a quite big voice in the market regarding the further fees and taxation cuts. So what's the potential, or do we have the room in further cut fees and taxes? Thank you for your question. As we mentioned, after the outbreak of the pandemic, the State Taxation Administration with Ministry of Finance have closely monitored the development of the pandemic and also introduced the targeted and forceful measures to learn the difficulties bothered our enterprises and also their needs of the policies. That is why we have introduced 4 batches of the favorable policies in further fees and taxation cuts. So first, we work on the better implementation of policies. So the colleagues have already introduced in details. I will not further explore it in this regard. And the second, as you mentioned, the pandemic is still a developing story. So right now, our focus is preventing imported cases and its spreading inside China. During the resumption of work and production, we know that enterprises actually are facing different kinds of difficulties. So the taxation departments working with other departments will focus on the different enterprises, different size, different ownership, to learn better about their difficulties and also reflect the true picture to the decision-making department as well as State Council, and also provide our suggestions. In the fully consideration of the resumption of work development, the sound development of the national economy, we also would like to give the suggestions in policy supporting measures. Third, during our actual day-to-day work, we would also provide a low-cost taxation policies to the enterprises. So not only in the month of publication in April, but also would like to do that in our day-to-day work, make sure we shoulder our function and play our role. I also would like to say that actually your question in advancing pandemic control and prevention, as well as economic social development, we talk about the ASIC stabilizations. Actually, the taxations, the cut fees and taxations all mattered, these 6 stabilities. So how we can better have a proactive fiscal policies and how the taxation policies can be conducive to all these policies and how the different departments, how the different enterprises can learn the taxation policies and how their roles can contribute to the taxation revenues. And we also consider the domestic as well as international markets. So all our policies actually in a consideration of all different matters. And it is an ongoing process. One last question. The pandemic actually has even severe challenges to SMEs, especially the enterprises in the catering sectors. Do you have any specific policies in this regard? I will give this question to Mr. Han. Thank you for your question. As you mentioned, SMEs and the individual owners actually are the key market forces, and also the entities provide more jobs. So far, the smalls taking up the 78% of the overall taxpayers amount to 51 million. So the State Council touched great importance in this regard and also have introduced the large-scale preferential policies in place to support the development of SMEs and individual owners. So this year, we also have the lower the VAT rate for SMEs. Actually, this is targeting all SMEs and the smaller size taxpayers. For the smaller size taxpayers, they basically make tax declaration based on each quarter. So you will see the results in April. And we're also conducting the resumption of taxation. And we also practice the exemption or the lower the social and medical insurance, help them to save around 97.2 billion RMB in February alone. And we also have helped to lower the income tax rate for SMEs and individual owners. And we also have explored the fresh manners to provide service to our SMEs. And we also have a specific web page and hotlines for the SMEs, so the SMEs can understand and operate easily about all these beneficial policies. And second, we have collected and dealt with the difficulties countering the SMEs. So far, we have collected more than 6,000 pieces of information. Next, we will do a good job in implementing the policies targeted SMEs and also better learn the difficulties bothering our SMEs in order to better facilitate development of SMEs. And that's for today's press conference. Thank you all the speakers. Thank you.